After I watched that video, I was just crying. And every time I would hear that song, I would start crying again. And I guess I came to a conclusion. I'm not over it. Some things we go through, we just don't get over. Or we don't get the proper closure we need, or we don't go through the proper healing process so that we can get over certain things that have happened to us. And believe it or not, there are days when I still feel that gun on my back. I kid you not, I was thinking about it in church, and like all this just got really hot, and I started and I felt it. I thought I was having a panic attack. It was just, it can be anything. It can be anything that has happened to someone and they just can't get over it. They just can't seem to get past it. And just something so little can remind them of it, and it takes them all the way back to that situation. And I guess this is just one of those things. I hadn't thought about it in a long time. So maybe one day I'll find some closure with this. You know, sitting and watching that video, it just really made me realize we cannot take what we have for granted. And it messes with my head so much how people take God's grace and mercy for granted. Like, they can just do whatever they want. And my pastor said that we're granted an amount of grace and mercy from the day we're born until the day we die. So the moment you want to start doubling up on stuff when you really need it, it's not going to be there. And I just think, about all the stuff that I didn't do when I wanted to do it. And I think about, what if I'd have used up November 19th, 2007's grace on something stupid back in like 2005? Because you never know when it's going to run out. And not even talking about, let's not even be on the fact that, if I had used up, November 19th, 2007's grace, back in 2004, let's say I used it last week. You cannot take God's grace and mercy for granted. It's not like cash. You can't fill it back. You know what I'm saying? I could have used it up the previous day. You never know. But clearly I didn't use it because I'm still here. But just thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? It just really makes me be grateful. And things like this just prove how real God is. And how he will do anything to get your attention. It really does humble me when I think about the things that God gets me out of, the things that God does not let happen to me. To all those who know, if you know that what you're doing is wrong, don't do it. And then you're going to do it and then say, oh, well, God will forgive me. There'll be forgiveness, but the consequences will always be there. But I just want people to be very cautious and be very mindful of the things that you do. And don't be like, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this because God will forgive me. Maybe let me tell you something.
If you murder somebody and you go before the judge and the court and stuff like that and say, you know what, I murdered somebody, consciously, you murder somebody, and you say, forgive me. Okay, they can forgive you, but you're still going to jail. So don't think just because you're going to do something and you know that God is going to forgive you. See, that's that shit that I be talking about. People doing stuff and taking it for granted. Not just God, but people in relationships, period. You'll do whatever you want to a person and you know that they'll still be there. You don't deserve that.
Oh, God.
At all. And how funny. When I thought about making the video, I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make some people cry. I said, and I'm pretty sure one of those people is going to be my mother. But I never thought that I was going to cry over it. And actually, looking back, and then when it said in loving memory, and then sun up, sundown, it was almost like I was I was dead, but I was here. You know, it was very awkward. But I had never thought about doing anything like this. And so I felt I should share, because I'm an open person on some levels, on a lot of levels. So, basically, like I said in a nutshell, just please do not take God's grace and mercy for granted. Because you may need some grace and mercy one day. And you won't have it because you used it up on something that was real stupid. Well, I hope this reached someone. Because it definitely reached me. And I was the one up here doing all the making and stuff like that. So, but I just think about that. And it's still hard to watch that video. And on a brighter note, did y'all see me doing it at the end of the video when I was a little baby in yellow? Did y'all see me doing it? See? Doing it. At not even 1 year old. Doing it. Right? My card. Doing it. You know, I was putting them pictures and them little photos together, and I said, up here doing it for absolutely no reason. Doing it, got my whole hand in my mouth, like,